Hello, hello again. Shaboom, and hope we'll meet again. Oh, life could be a dream. If I could take you up in paradise like the ocean. If you will tell me I'm the only one that you...
What up, guys? It's Experimental RCs here today. I'm going to show you how to make a really dirt cheap, easy do-it-yourself hot wire. So if you're like me and you've been chiseling away at foam, making airfoils and aircraft with a knife or a bread knife or whatever, you felt the struggle. It takes forever, and I needed a hot wire pretty badly. So I went online, kind of looked on how to do it. I tried it a couple times before, and I actually failed, ironically. It's actually really simple. I was just doing one simple thing not right. So I figured I'd make a video, show you what you guys can do, and how to make one really cheap. This probably costs like $5 and worth of stuff. And most of that would probably be gas money and just getting PVC. So first off, you can see PVC. I just took 3 pieces on the ends. It's not a clean job, but I cut it out so it makes more of a 90-degree angle to fit into this tubular area here. Then screwed that through. I just put some hot glue in there. I did the same on this side. This side's a little cleaner, fits a little better. Isn't a big deal, just helps reduce the wiggle. There's a little bit in this one since it's not super sturdy, since it was a first try. Then I just zip tied these wires out of the way, and then you can zip tie these two out of the way if you want. I just ended up not doing it. Pretty much the most important stuff for making a hot wire is making sure you have the right wire. So I was looking online just to kind of get a basic idea, and it says you should have 16 gauge to 11 gauge wire, and you want nichrome wire. I'm not sure if I'm spelling that or pronouncing that right, so I'll just put it up on the screen. But that's what you want. And I've seen a lot of people, they can do it off a switching adapter, which is basically just one of these. I'm sure many of you have these at your home, you know, just pretty much like a phone cable. In this case, you can see here, this says, let's see if I can get this in focus, switching power supply. Then it goes to tell you how many the input, and then it tells you the output. So if you're using a switching adapter supply, I believe you want around 12 volts for your output, which steps it down to what I want to think is, this is off memory, so correct me if I'm wrong, 1.5 amps or 1 amp, somewhere around there. Again, make sure to be careful because it's not necessarily volts that can do you harm, it's amperage. So when dealing with this stuff, don't taser yourself. That's not good. You don't want to die. But pretty much what I did is I happen to have a toaster sitting around, and so I took that wire out because, of course, you know, you think, oh, well, there's tons of that type of wire in there. It's really long because I wind it up, and it's free pretty much because it was broken to me. So I figured, well, this can make me many hot wires. So I took that wire. This is what you see here. And I wrapped it around a screw in each pole, and you should be able to see that here. It's not a very clean job, but it does work. And I did that on both sides. I then took the power leads and wrapped them around the wire. The first time I tried this, I wrapped it around the pole. It did not work as well, and so I didn't get good results. So just make sure to wrap it around the wire. That's just my best tip. And then pretty much from there you're done, because you can either do it with the switching adapter, which all you need to do is cut off the end and strip the wires and then split them so they wrap around, or you do it my way and you just put a Dean's plug on the end, and so you can use it off your batteries. Now I have 2 pretty old flight batteries. They've been in my I don't know, group, Air Force, whatever you want to call it, for a long time now, and they're just old, so I'm not too worried about if this hurts them or they don't like it. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not quite sure the safety of using a LiPo battery. I've seen it done before in many hot wires, but not a lot, so I can't recommend it, but I can't not recommend it. So I suppose do at your own risk. But I'm going to plug this up for you and show you. So you might have been able to see a little wisp of smoke there, I'm not sure. I was testing it out last night. So I have a bit of a wing here. If you guys are new to the channel, you won't know what this wing is from, but if you're old, you'll know this is the old Sky Hunter wing. And you know, this has some reinforcement in it, along with plastic covering. So I'm just going to kind of show you what this can do. So it's heated up. Here's an aileron, and look at that. Nice and slow. So the trick with using a hot wire, you see, is to not go fast, because the wire is, as you can probably tell, transferring the heat to the foam. So if you go really quick, all that heat in that exact spot where you're cutting the wire goes away, and then you can't, it doesn't have as much heat, so you have to wait for it to heat up. But what I really like about this is you can make really precise cuts. Here, I'll turn it sideways for you. Let's say I wanted to make a nice fancy design here. So I'm going through, you know, maybe I'll go this way, and maybe I'll go back down, and to the side, maybe go back up. What I found is really useful is actually moving along the wire on a, let's say this is horizontal axis, and then so you always get that same amount of heat, so you don't slow down. You saw I slowed down a couple times, but as you can see with the foam, it's really nice, actually hardened from the heat, and smooth, which is awesome, because then you have a nice edge instead of having to sand it down, which I'm sure many of us have gone through. So this is a 3-cell. It doesn't take a lot of power. This is just a 1000 milliamp, and that's pretty good heat. But just in case you have a 4-cell, which I have right here, I only tried this once last night and it got insanely hot, so I can't imagine you ever needing to do this. I don't know what you'd be cutting, but I suppose theoretically you can, but I feel like it will burn away your wire. Since this is toaster wire, you're used to seeing it glow this kind of color, but I'm just not sure my normal wires would be able to handle that kind of output for a long time. As you can see, it is glowing red, but just for sake of it. And there's a really good example, let me bring it in closer, of why moving along the wire is a good idea. So you can see it kind of goes black there. That's it losing heat. But yeah, I hope that kind of gives you an idea of how to make a hot wire. Really simple. Go over the basics one more time. PVC, screws, nichrome wire of 16 or 11 gauge. You could use any of your battery plugs. If you're RC guys, you'll know, or gals, I suppose, you'll know all about those. You could do battery, or you could do your good old switching adapter. That's important, however, still phone charger kind of thing. And just some wire, and either toaster wire, which I'm not sure if that's nichrome wire or not, or nichrome wire, and you're all set. So yeah, hope that gives you some good ideas, inspired you, I suppose. Again, be safe with this. I don't really know the dangers of it. I'm sure if you left paper on it, it would light on fire. You don't want to burn your house down. I'm sure it might tase you. I don't know. I have no idea. Don't touch it. Be safe. But with that, until next time, guys, peace out.
Hello, hello again.